Does it matter to the equity and bond markets? Does it matter to the overall economy?
Certainly in the short term, no, because you're just really delaying economic activity that's coming out of the government that's not happening due to a shutdown. But the overall spending levels of the government will stay as is. And so if you just shift it from the last week of December to the first week of January, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I will say it can have greater impact later on if it's a prolonged shutdown. And the president did this morning did say it could be a long shutdown. And what do I mean by this is that if we get into January and the Treasury Department is not fully funded, the IRS is not fully funded, and many people cheer about that jokingly, but there are employees at the Treasury Department and IRS who have to start processing tax returns, tax refunds. And to the extent that tax refunds start getting delayed in 2019, that starts to become a problem. But we're not there yet. Overall, I think it's just a wash.
So spin this forward for me. If a shutdown continues into the new year, when a Democrat majority will run the House of Representatives, the GOP will still control the Senate, and let's say it's still going on the second, third week of January, is the president courting a situation where he basically invites a veto override if the Senate finally says, we've got to get the government reopened because the pressure on our members in their home states is so great, we can't endure it anymore? Is he inviting that?
I kind of doubt it. We'll have to see how the environment evolves. I think it's a little early to be forecasting what the environment's going to look like in January, but there is tremendous pressure from on Republican lawmakers from their base, less so from the general electorate, but from the base to fund a wall.
And the base today is happy because he is standing up for one of his principles, and if he can then go back to the base, whether it's in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and said, I did everything I could to drive through this barrier, this wall, these metal slats, then he has still got the base with him, even if Congress overrides it.
Each base is happy right now. The Democratic base is happy with Ms. Pelosi and Senator Schumer standing up to the president. The president's Republican base is happy because he seemed to be fighting and standing up to the Democrats. Everybody's getting a little bit of what they want. We may get to a point in January where the base is satisfied that Republicans have fought hard enough. Maybe there's a little bit of a fig leaf of a compromise that they can walk away from. A veto of the president, the more I think about it, because I think it's a really interesting question, Tyler, I have a tough time seeing it at this point.